So remember back when I first got this thing on the road, took it for a test drive, and I said, I think the exhaust is leaking at the clamp. Well, that leak is getting loud, especially on the highway. So it's time to do something about it. Okay, so I got this thing jacked up so we could find out exactly where it's leaking from. Kind of see that U-clamp. My initial thought is that U-clamp where I attached that new downpipe, because those U-clamps aren't always great. The other thought is maybe this new clamp, although this shouldn't be leaking. So let's start it up and see if we can figure out what's going on. Well, there's your problem. So, as it turns out, that U-clamp is fine. The stock resonator, on the other hand, is really leaking. So, that's where we're going. Okay, solution. Decisions were made. I was originally just going to replace the resonator for the sense of keeping this a budget daily driver. However, I'm noticing a pattern here. The downpipe was bad. I replaced it. The O2 sensor went bad as soon as I got exhaust going through the cat. Replaced it. The clamp behind the cat was bad. Replaced it. Now the next thing down the line, the resonator is leaking. I'm gonna go ahead and say, if I fix that resonator and replace it, I'm gonna end up having a leaking muffler or another piece of pipe. So instead of every week coming in the shop and fixing one part at a time, I opted to go for a whole new catback exhaust. I figure clearly rust has gotten to this vehicle. So went with the exhaust from Techtonics Tuning. I bought from these guys before. These guys make excellent exhausts. They make great performance exhausts. There's not much performance to squeeze out of a 2.0, but it doesn't hurt to have a good exhaust either way. So I went with the option for the MagnaFlow muffler instead of the Borla muffler. I do prefer the sound of Borla mufflers. A lot of people do, but the Borla was like almost a $100 adder. I decided I'll stick with the MagnaFlow. Although it may not sound as nice, it gets me on the road. Again, we're trying to keep this budget friendly. This isn't supposed to be a project car, although it's slowly turning into one. So let's take a look at what we're dealing with here. Nice little diagram instruction sheet here. We have most of the section, so this is going to be the cat side, resonator. We have the downpipe, well not the downpipe, the tailpipe here. Depending on what you have stock, this is an option. I don't have the cutout in the rear valance, so you need the turn down. If you wanted the tailpipe to come straight out and you have the rear valance for that, then that's your option. And then, we got a muffler. Look at that. The one thing that I really like is that they provide these nice flat, they have a knurling on the inside to really grip the pipe, and I always like that. I always find that to be much better than your auto parts store universal ones that just kind of have the round bar bent into the U, because this just doesn't clamp as nice as these. It's the little details. So a thing to note is they actually color code all of the ends, red, blue, and yellow, so you can follow them in the directions and not get them mixed up. But before we get to the fun part of installing the new exhaust, we gotta take the old one out.
So I'm going to work from front to back on this, starting with the cat clamp, and then there's also this cross member bracket thing that has these nuts that hold up, and the exhaust is on top of that. So the exhaust is actually supposed to be attached to that, welded right onto that part there, but that's not an issue because the new kit has a new piece that goes right in there. Now for the rest of the exhaust, since I'm not planning on reusing it, I figured the easiest way would be cut it right after it goes over the cross member here. Now with the resonator out, you can see here why it was leaking. This thing is totally shot. There's holes here, this stuff's all cracked, bad shape. So to get the rest of the exhaust out, the last little bit, the muffler here, I figured it'd be easier to unbolt the mounts from the body rather than try and get the exhaust out of the insulators. once the exhaust is out of the car, it's going to be way easier to put the insulators on and off. So you got this front that's towards the front of the car, just the 2 bolts there. And then here's the one towards the back of the car, and again, just 2 more nuts to hold.
All right, so the old exhaust is out. We're on to the install. We're gonna start with the big center pipe. We're gonna go from the center of the car back over the cross member and work our way back from there.
So now we gotta put this guy back on and put this clamp in this exhaust and then through these bushings.
Okay, so I have the pipe butting up against the back of the cat. I have the sleeve over it, and I have the clamp that holds it to the mount on this cross member, but I'm gonna leave it all loose for now. I want to have it be able to twist it and get it all right, make sure everything's where it needs to be before I tighten everything up. I'm really hoping I can get that clamp over top of this cross member once it's on, but I'm not sure how else to do it, because if I clamp that down, I'm not gonna be able to move anything else. So I'm just gonna continue putting the cross member on, hoping I don't have to move that. Okay, so next, put the tailpipe. It's gonna go with this clamp. Front here, of that clamp with this guy. And then so those, once everything's all fitted, those worm clamps go on the ends of here to stop them from coming off, as opposed to the little nubs on the ends of them. Alright, so let's try and put this in, do some adjusting, that's it. So I'm gonna put both these hangers back in first, that way when the exhaust is up there, since they don't have the nubs to really fight them, they'll be able to slide right on and hold the weight of the exhaust, so I don't have to hold it while laying down here. Okay, so we got the back side tightened here. We just got to go up in the center. This guy's tightened, and this. So at first I wasn't sure why they did it this way, and now I get it. It allows you to adjust where you want this to sit in here. Obviously, you'll still have play this way, but you can stop it from going this way. So it kind of gives you that little bit of adjustment. These are tightened up here, and that one's good. Now the only thing is, when I tighten that center part, I get that little twist out of it to keep it a little higher off the cross beam there. You can see the rest of it's kind of hanging low, and then you turn it, it all looks good. So go up there and do that. Okay, so I'm tightening that last clamp bolt that's up on top of this cross member, and let me tell you, you're going to want a ratcheting wrench for this one, because that is tight up there, and all you really get is about that much. All right, well, this is 1,000 times better than that leaking droning exhaust. Is it any faster? No, it's not. It's still a 2.0. But does it sound a little faster? Not really. Just a little bit louder. It's fun. Who doesn't like a little exhaust sound and acceleration? But really the main thing here is it's no longer leaking. It's no longer deafeningly loud. So in terms of a quality of life upgrade, this is huge. And as always, Techtonics kit was good. No issues with the install. So on to the next project. And as always, thanks for watching.